since the summer, because that was the last time we were here. How's the whole kind of process been?
So right now we're very happy because we have more beneficiaries.
Mm-hmm.
So today is actually the Christmas giving,
Wow.
the package giving for our beneficiaries. So last year we had 600 packages that we prepared,
That's
but
amazing.
this year we have now 1,000 packages. So the whole year we've been expanding in terms of the number of beneficiaries and in terms of our programs.
Mm-hmm.
So from Child Care Plus, from 100 plus, we now have 300 kids in the center. And with the Young Lee, we now have Young Unlimited, the dropouts. We now have 2 batches, and we're very happy that the first batch, they're now going to school, back to
Wow.
school.
That's awesome.
And the second batch, which is more difficult to handle because
Right.
of the solvent using the glue sniffing, we're working out on processes and approach wherein we can really help them divert the attention and next year we have more plans of expanding. So the plan with the Child Care Plus and the new building that we've recently acquired is to have more beneficiaries coming in, and all the young kids, the preschool age, to have preschool education in the community. And that new building we will use as for the Child Care Plus as well as for the older kids and the parents. Yeah.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. So I was just wondering, since we did help donate some of the units early on in the summer, I was just wondering how those units are sort of being used right now. Have they been working well? Have they been incorporated into the students' curriculum or whatnot?
Yeah.
Have they been sort of...
Neo is actually the one who set it up, and we're very happy with the units that we got from you guys, and thank you very much because
You're very
since there are
welcome.
more students, so more students
Exactly.
will be needing the usage of computers, and especially with the new building,
Mhm.
we are really planning to set up a computer room there as well, so the kids won't have to go here because it's farther from the community.
Right.
The new building that we have, it's just across the community
Where they're from,
yeah,
right?
where they're from, so that's easier, so they can have more access to computers, doing their homeworks and researching. And of course we really need good computers to work for them, and we're really happy about the ones that you already gave us and the ones that you gave us today as well and in the future.
Yeah, well, Reboot is very committed to continuing to help Young Focus. I think it's a fantastic cause, and we're trying to help as best we can with all this because we believe in it. We believe in technology being this empowering sort of this item that can help these kids, can really understand. I was just wondering, to what extent do these kids have access to technology? Is it only when they come here to Reboot, or for the most part, do they have computers to use at home or cafes around here? To what extent is that is their lives affected by computers and IT?
So some of the communities, the areas, they have what they call pisonet.
Mm-hmm.
So like computer shops wherein you drop
Yeah.
the 1 peso coin,
Right.
but not everyone is able to use that.
Mm-hmm.
So for some who have extra money, they can go there. But for some, their only option is to go here. So they
Right.
walk from the community to here just to use the computer. So I know
course.
some kids who actually do that. So that's the only time that they can do their homeworks, when they do it here in the upstairs in the computer room. So not everyone has the privilege to use computers, or not everyone has the actual knowledge to use it, but most are into social media, so that's
Right.
one thing that connects everyone.
For sure.
So with the Tondo Creations, I don't know if you know that.
I'm not too familiar with that.
But so Tondo Creations, we used to have this jewelry making,
Okay.
but next year we're planning to expand it into a creative intelligence
Right.
thing. So creative production, creative music, and creative something
All
about
that kind of stuff, right? Yeah.
But we can also incorporate the use of computers with that. So this is something that, like the use of Pinterest, Instagram, and all
For
those
sure, all these
things. So
yeah.
it revolves around creativity, but also with the use of technology. So these are things that probably they are not aware of. Like they can search on the internet about creative things,
Right.
but they don't have access.
This
so
is really just a platform.
yeah.
kind of,
So
to
this is
speak.
something that we want to let them know and open to them that this is possible and there's such thing as this.
Right.
So.
It's absolutely great to really get them to sort of have this experience. I know a lot of the times it's sort of like this basic search engine, so to speak, but by being able to branch out, that's absolutely incredible.
And also Kuya Paul being he wants to explore in the technical side. Also the coordinators, he always encouraged them to use technology in terms of using the tablet, because he wants the kids to have an interaction with like, for example, holding the tablet. There are games that are educational games that they can use, and this is one way of exploring with the kids on how they can use technology and educational wise.
Right. So you mentioned homework as sort of this thing that kids do on their computer. Do you sort of have this curriculum built around IT or built around the computers, or is it sort of very flexible in terms of what you guys teach them?
We don't have a curriculum at the moment, so we're sort of flexible. So because of the different grade levels that they have, there's not actually a uniform thing that we provide them. So if they need to research, then that's what they do. But we also have it came up last meeting with Kuya Paul. We wanted to know the number of kids that are using the computers.
Right.
So we thought of like having a login, so we can identify the kids who are usually using the computers, or why are some of the kids not using the computers. So we want to research on that. So yeah, we'll work on that, how to identify and maybe give a picture of how many of our kids are actually using our computers.
Absolutely. And what do these kids, do they enjoy being on the computer? Do they enjoy this technology? Social media, you said, was something that connected all of them. But what is their general attitude towards it? Are they very apprehensive about it, or perhaps they really enjoy it?
I think their generation
Right.
really enjoys social media, like watching YouTube. So we allow them to use social media for a period of time. So they're given, so like if they go in a computer room, they'll do their homeworks first, because there's someone who will look after them. And then afterwards, we give them an amount of time that they can go through the social media and search, check on their sites of YouTube, like that.
For sure. What are some of the major challenges that Young Focus sort of faces in regards to, I guess, this technology, in regards to getting these children to have, the opportunity to learn from this technical standpoint, and just challenges in general?
Maybe, of course, the number of, as much as we want all the kids to have access, it's not possible. So that's why we are trying to utilize what we can give to them, and we can provide to them as much as possible. But also the challenge is that the education wise, so not everyone knows how to, like for example in Yangli, not everyone is very keen into using the computer, or they have knowledge about it, or what do we do about it. Even the most helpful ones, like the educational, like Excel or PowerPoint, it's something that we want our kids to improve with, because it's very helpful in their school, and not just social media wise, but
there's like an academic sort of side
academic side onto it, because a lot of things are useful, like the database, learning it, or like if they want to be involved in making websites someday. We have students who are into designing, who have courses in graphic designing, but we don't know how much they could get from their schools, and how much Young Focus can supplement the learnings that they get from their school in terms of that kind of technology.
Absolutely. And as Reboot, as us, besides sort of providing these or crowdfunding or asking for donations in terms of finding these computer units and donating to you, is there anything else we can do to help in any facet possible?
Since Young Focus is growing, we are still thinking of we need more things, but I cannot give the specific now.
That's
but
fine.
we've been working out on a Christmas not a Christmas list, but a wish list, we call it. So as Young Focus grows, we have these things that we need, especially with the new building. We have a lot of equipment and things that we need to fill the building with. But definitely computers are included
Right.
in that, and good
Or-
computers,
yeah.
good working computers, and internet connection
For
is
sure.
actually a bit of an
Okay.
issue here
Alright,
in
yeah.
our area. We've been trying to have connections in all of our centers, but we're
Right.
having
It's
a
very
difficulty.
yeah. I can imagine. I mean, we're trying to help as much as we can in terms of providing these units because you mentioned the fact that not everybody gets the opportunity because of the limited number of
Yeah.
units. So we're really trying to mitigate that sort of problem. And what do you think is, I don't know if you know, or I don't know what Paul's idea is, but the long-term sort of, what's that laid out in terms of a plan, in terms of what do you hope to achieve, I guess, in the long run about IT, about this technology? What do you hope to achieve?
So, since we're focusing on education, I think it's more of a long-term education on access to the technology and learning it, not just learning about the social media, but the educational side of it. So, every child would have knowledge about it and the power that there is in this technology,
course.
that they can grasp that and they can
Absolutely.
learn that, and we're even our small kids, we have like an interaction with the what you call that, the interaction with the how to, like, watching on a laptop and this
Yeah, this outside world,
this television virtual thing that
Right.
is, we cannot escape it anymore because it's already there, so better provide them a platform for it. And
Yeah.
I think from different, across all the ages that we're helping, we want them to have education and the knowledge on how to use it, because
Absolutely.
everyone would have that knowledge, and we don't want them to be deprived of
Right,
that
of course.
education.
Yeah. I mean, it's so integral now.
Yeah.
Such a major part of life. Well, thank you very much again for your time. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to host this very informal interview. But thank you again. Thank you so
as well
much.
for all the computers, and
Of course, we're trying to help as best as we
Yeah.
can. So we'll continue, and hopefully this will be a long-lasting partnership. We really
Yeah.
hope it can continue, and hopefully we can be a part of your long-term solution to
yes,
this.
we're very happy with that, and looking forward to our new building and setting up a lot of
And
things
we'll definitely
there.
try to come as soon as we can.
Yes.
I mean, we'll be in contact with Paul, obviously, and then hopefully we can be there when it opens to see. And I mean, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be an absolute.
And we're all excited for that.
For sure. Thank you again.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wasn't too bad.